is correct. There is about to be an investigation into the validity of Biden's pardons. And if that is the case, this tells me that a whole lot of people could be going to prison. A whole lot of people. I got that from Pete Puma. A whole lot of lumps. Look that cartoon up, chasing after Bugs Bunny. And Bugs Bunny ends up acting like he's his cousin Paul Puma. Look at that. Pete Puma is hilarious to me. The best part of him is his laugh. That's his laugh.
The president's post overnight saying that the pardons that were issued by President Biden preemptively to members of the January 6th committee, that they're now null and void. Have attorneys here at the White House told President Trump that he has the legal authority to undo a pardon simply because it was signed by auto pen?
I was wondering about that. See, because he says now null and void. And then saying that there's going to be an investigation into whether they're valid makes me wonder if there's some technicality there. Like, well, the president's allowed to use auto pen, so you can't really say that. But there is a loophole or a technicality or a caveat to this. If you're able to find some non-validity, some non-valid reasons as to why he did these pardons, then, because a lot of people been saying, they were like, yo, he pre-pardoned Fauci. Fauci didn't even get charged or, with nothing. And yeah.
As he said,
the president was begging the question that I think a lot of journalists in this room should be asking about whether or not the former president of the United States, who I think we can all finally agree was cognitively impaired. I know it took people some time to finally admit that, but we all know that to be true, as evidenced by his disastrous debate performance against President Trump during the campaign. I digress on that. But the president was raising the point that, did the president even know about these pardons? Was his legal signature used without his consent or knowledge? And that's not just the president or me raising those questions, Caitlin. According to the New York Post, there are Biden officials from the previous White House who raised those questions and wondered if the president was even consulted about his legally binding signature being signed onto documents. And so I think it's a question that everybody in this room should be looking into, because certainly that would propose...
Well, that's one of those things where people are saying, who's running the government? It can't be Biden. He's not, fully mentally sound. He doesn't have all of his, what I'm talking about. See, it's starting to happen to me. And have all of his faculties, I was watching something the other day. I don't know what it was. With Scarlo, maybe? Oh, she saw the video of Obama and Biden talking about the same things that Doge is doing now. Funny how it was okay when they wanted to do it, but it's not okay now that Musk and Trump want to do it, right? But she was like, it's so crazy seeing him talk and having all of his faculties. I said, I know, it's wild because you're so used to the Biden that it's kind of here and there, and then sometimes he's on point, you know what I mean?
Perhaps criminal or illegal behavior if staff members were signing the President of the United States autograph without his consent.
Is on the record talking about issuing preemptive pardons to these people.
But was he aware of his signature being used on every single pardon? That's a question you should ask the Biden White House.
Is there any evidence on that he wasn't aware of it?
You're a reporter. You should find out.
Yo, she's funny, yo. Just the fact that White House officials that were in the Biden administration are asking that question is enough to say something's up. Get what I'm saying? I guess just even the normal person that's been watching everything, I never even thought about that. But the fact that he may not have known because he can't truly understand everything because of his mental issues now. It's just something there to it. Guess we will just have to find out, because if Trump finds a way to truly void all of these, ooh, man, they better be on the first thing smoking. They better be, because, boy, there's going to be bread and water for them and stripes. 10 million subscribers. Woo!